We're nearly at the point of crowning a new AEW World Champion. The main event of Crown Jewel is set, and the return or rebirth of something we all loved. Stay tuned. This is Tweets of the Week. What's up guys, my name is Mex, the WrestleManiac if you will, and I'm back again with another installment of Tweets of the Week. This is the episode where we dive into the Twitterverse, we check out what the internet wrestling community have been saying over the past week with all the wrestling events that have been taking place, and I give you my opinion. But first off, you guys know what to do. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, notify bell, all of that stuff. Make sure you are following and subscribed to WRESTHINGS. Loads of content on the way and on the channel currently, so you got a lot to get through. But stick with me for the next 10 minutes or so as we get through this week's Tweets of the Week. So the first tweet this week that we're going to look at is from fellow YouTube creator Joseph Montesillo. Great creator. Make sure you are subscribed to his channel at Joseph Weirdness on Twitter. And he says, "It's going to be crazy when Bryan Danielson becomes a world champion after Punk dramatically leaves a company in 3 different decades." So for those of you that aren't quite sure of what Joseph is talking about here, when Punk left ROH in 2005, Danielson shortly became Ring of Honor World Champion. When Punk left WWE in 2014, Danielson soon after became WWE Champion. And now it almost looks like when Punk hasn't quite left but has been suspended, he is gone away. 2022, it looks like Bryan Danielson is about to become the AEW World Champion. We got a couple more sleeps until then to find out if this is actually going to be the case. But you know, like a lot of us have been saying, Danielson is just the feel-good factor, which is what we need to bring back to AEW. It's been a couple of turbulent months, I wouldn't even say weeks. The last couple of weeks was just, you know, the boiling point, but it's been turbulent over the last couple months. And Danielson can really bring a feel-good factor back to AEW with a big championship win at AEW Grand Slam this week. Moxley has been fantastic. I don't think anyone will be too mad if Moxley wins. Yes, it could be a bit repetitive, but Danielson is definitely the right choice. And of course, there's always MJF waiting in the wings. So it's very, very coincidental the way this is all happening. Danielson straight off the Punk, straight off the Punk, straight off the Punk, 3 times, 3 different decades, 3 different companies. But definitely this time, if it wasn't before, if anyone wants to argue that it wasn't the right decision before, this time it is 100% the right decision to make. Next tweet that we have this week is from @Madeleine Lenoir, and they have to say, "Roman Reigns and Logan Paul makes perfect sense if we look at WWE for who they have long shown themselves to be. WWE has always been about mainstream attention. That dates back to WrestleMania 1 when Mr. T was part of the main event." This is 100% correct. This is what WWE is all about, sports entertainment, and it's kind of bridging that gap between who are wrestlers, pro wrestlers, sports entertainers, and those mainstream attractions. We've seen them time and time again. Like this person mentioned, Mr. T has been one. We've seen Floyd Mayweather come over. We've seen Bad Bunny recently, Pat McAfee, and now we're seeing Logan Paul more than ever in this capacity. Logan Paul versus Roman Reigns. It may not be the wrestling match that everyone wants to see, but this is a big mainstream attraction at a very, very big show. Think about it. These Saudi shows are more or less akin to, you know, a WrestleMania. This is way bigger than like a SummerSlam and stuff. And I know in, you know, pure wrestling hearts that we don't see Crown Jewel like that, but in terms of the size of a show, Crown Jewel is absolutely massive. So it makes sense that they're doing Logan Paul and Roman Reigns here. And let's be honest, if we didn't want to see this match, this is a perfect place to throw it away. Like, just let them have this match on this pay-per-view where we kind of do care because they make us care because they show it on TV, but at the same time, we don't really care too much about Crown Jewel. So let them have this match here, let them throw it away here, and then, you know, Roman Reigns can eventually go back onto the island of relevancy, come back when he's bothered for something more interesting, more wrestling centric. Next tweet we have is from wrestling journalist John Alba, @John Alba, and he has to say, "That segment with Stokely Hathaway was badly needed. Defining character motivations is critical to getting people invested. Hashtag AEW Dynamite, hashtag AEW." So if I remove my opinion for 1 second, yes, he's correct. This was very much needed as to why these guys are being brought together. What is their aim? What do they plan to do? What do they want to accomplish? However, in my opinion, this is nonsense. I don't want to see these guys together. I don't want to see Stokely managing these guys. They look like a band of misfits in my opinion, like just the most random guys you can see put together, calling themselves as a firm. And Stokely basically said, even though they are a faction, they're going to be away doing separate things and just be brought together for certain causes. It's an okay way to look at a faction. Probably me right now, it's just I'm not really invested in the characters involved in this. But you guys let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. What's your thoughts on the firm and Stokely Hathaway leading these guys? I got a couple more tweets for you guys, but before we get into that, make sure you subscribe to WRESTHINGS. I don't know how many times I need to tell you, subscribe to WRESTHINGS, hit the notification bell, and if you like this video, hit the thumbs up button too, so that everyone can see this video and it can go a long way, yeah? Let's get back into the tweets. Right, next tweet is from Alice, at Alice in the Ring, and she has to say, Dominic Mysterio is honestly really bad and it sucks. Would love to see him go back to the drawing board and work on his in-ring ability, his character, his presentation, everything. He's still young, he could turn it around. Is that harsh from Alice? I'm not sure. Let me know in the comments below. I don't know if that's harsh or if that is just the reality. I think he has steadily improved, not probably at quite the rate we thought he would, but at the same time, I don't think the comparisons to either a Rey Mysterio or an Eddie Guerrero helps. It makes expectation too big, and those are very big boots to fill. I think Dominic Mysterio is slowly getting better. This kind of change in him as he's joined the Judgment Day, it looks to be very beneficial, and being a heel will be a lot more easy for him than trying to get over as a babyface. Harsh stuff said there, some of it true I believe, but you know, let's give this new Dominic Mysterio in the Judgment Day some time before we make a judgment. I got one last tweet for you guys, and that's from at Newfee Hunter, and they have to say, it's not black and gold, it's not 2.0, it's gonna be NXT, in brackets, white and gold. A hybrid of the past, present and future, development folks with gimmicks plus big indie work rate names. I'm very intrigued. For those that don't know what the hell we are talking about, we did see a new logo this week on NXT, teasing that is going back to the days of black and gold. And obviously this got loads of people talking. Everyone loves black and gold NXT. However, I think this tweet was really good, hence why it was picked, because this doesn't mean we're going back to that time of black and gold NXT. All of those big indie names all work for AEW now. A few have, you know, managed to stay in WWE and trickled back to WWE, but the majority of those guys and girls all work for AEW right now. So I think this is definitely going to be a hybrid between still being a developmental place, because WWE still need a developmental place. However, at the same time, they will refer back to getting those big indie names that can support the development of those guys, because we can't have the blind leading the blind down in NXT. That won't work for anyone. We do still need experienced guys and girls down there helping development along. So this is very exciting, like I was saying, and you know, everyone was saying this past week, no one expected this to kind of be so soon. We probably thought Triple H would bring this back as part of his new regime, but it's happening right now. And yeah, NXT white, black and gold is on the way soon. Right guys, so that's today's episode of Tweets of the Week. I hope you really enjoyed it. If there's any tweets that you thought were straight fire on the old Twitter, make sure you at us, at WRESTHINGS. DM us, drop us a mention. Let us see these tweets so we can include them in our show, all right? I hope you guys enjoyed today. Make sure you hit the subscribe button before you leave and the notification bell. And if you haven't, give the video a thumbs up. We'll be back same time next week. Until then, see you later.